Stepping through the ring, the bell's about to chime. Turnbuckle talk, we're here to shine. Flagship on the airwaves, leading the pack. Breaking news reviews, we've got your back. From the squared circle to the backstage news, we bring stories that you can't refuse. Turnbuckle talk, the voice of the fight. Every slam, every suplex, every highlight. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. For the latest in wrestling, we bring the heat. From AEW to WWE, we cover it all from A to Z. Interviews, insights, and match reviews. If it's wrestling news, we got the clues. From the squared circle to the backstage news, we bring stories that you can't refuse. Turnbuckle talk, the voice of the fight. Every slam, every suplex, every highlight. Tune in weekly, don't miss a beat. For the latest in wrestling, we bring the heat.
It is another astronomical Tuesday, and you are here with Turnbuckle Talk. A stunning episode. Well, as you can see in the graphic there, stunning prices that we're going to talk about later on in the show. I am Carl Carafel. I'm joined alongside Chris Best and OM Dynamic for this edition of Turnbuckle Talk, episode 444. Yeah, we're making our way up there for sure. Lots of episodes in the bank that you can go back and check out in audio format over on Spotify, over on Podbean, over on YouTube podcasts, number of different places that you can check it out. Any podcatcher should have Turnbuckle Talk. Guys, this is a weird week. It has been. When it comes to professional wrestling news, there's not really a lot, but there's enough for us to talk about, and things that have happened in the past that are getting a little bit of shine put back onto them again have happened within the last week. There was an accident that happened. We have another person who has left the WWE. We have ticket prices being astronomical. We have collaborations happening, not even collaborations, but amalgamations happening within the world of professional wrestling. And we have people being inducted into Hall of Fames. So I think what I would like to start out with, and let's get this just right out there, right off the bat, we're going to start with Knox Pro Wrestling Academy. In previous episodes, we've talked about Rampage Jackson's son, Raja. Well, we now know, as per an LA prosecutor, that there will be criminal charges for the incident that happened back in August. Anybody want to chime in?
Yeah, I got the article right here from the LA Times. Credit to James Quealy and Salvador Hernandez, who are saying that authorities said Raja Jackson, the 25-year-old son of UFC legend Rampage Jackson, will face felony assault charges in connection with his actions at an August professional wrestling event in Los Angeles. Raja Jackson, the son of former UFC light heavyweight champion Quentin Rampage Jackson, will face criminal charges for delivering a bloody beatdown to a professional wrestler in Los Angeles earlier this year, authorities said Monday. He will be charged with 1 count of felony battery that caused serious bodily harm and 1 count of misdemeanor battery in connection with the incident at Knox Pro Wrestling Academy in Sun Valley on August 23rd. And this is according to the spokesperson for the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. He's in trouble, I got to say, because I did some digging around for what this could lead for the California judicial system. If he gets the maximum sentence, he's looking at a few years in prison.
Yeah, he definitely would be. Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke coming in saying he should be in jail for attempted murder. Yeah, I would figure so as well. I mean, there's just he beat and bloodied this guy, Stuart Smith, who is known as Psycho Stu or Sicko Stu. I still haven't gotten a full confirmation on that one. SYKO, pronounce that how you want. He lost several teeth and suffered a laceration to his lip during the attack. I can tell you as well, I'm sure that he was concussed during that. I have seen many beatdowns in my lifetime, and that was a beatdown worthy enough of a concussion. He hit him to the face and the head like multiple times. Like we're talking over 20 times. That's not somebody who's within their right mind or doing a professional wrestling show, or even just trying to put on a show. Even in the UFC, they have enough composure within them to know that though the person went down, I need to stop for a minute.
Thank you, Carl, for bringing up the UFC, because there's been incidences where, because I watch a lot of UFC fights as well, there's been incidences where the referee didn't step in to stop the fight, but the fighters themselves stopped the fight.
Right.
And I remember when we first covered this, how everybody was saying, oh, this was a work. There comes a point where if you're punching a guy who's not defending himself 20 times in the head, that it is not a work.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was horrible. I mean, I'm sure we've all seen the video by now. We saw everything that led up to it. We do know that Stu did apologize because he was misguided at first. There was, of course, another wrestler who really egged Raja on to go and do this. And yes, this was a planned receipt that went too far. This was absolutely horrible. But both of these men, and I'm going to say this, both of these men are victims because Psycho Stu did assault, although he apologized. He assaulted Raja before the show thinking he was a worker.
Yeah. Yeah. So
this
Bubba,
does go beyond the realm of self-defense, however.
Right. Kind of. Because this happened outside, right? Originally, how everything came about, it happened outside. Stu thought that he was just a worker that was coming in and, just kind of goofing around, playing around, getting up in his face and trying to be that veteran dominant, this is me and you're in my territory now type of thing. Hit him over the head with an empty beer can or an empty can of some sort. We haven't really seen if it was a beer can or not. So I don't want to put any speculation on there. At that point, there was someone else that like you said, that was edging him on, Andre Hudson, the wrestler who invited him to the event, was heard later on video saying, when you run out on his explicitive, you effing give him his receipts. You remember what a receipt is? As Hudson is asking Jackson, do you remember what a receipt is? And then it just kind of goes on. So that was afterwards. So when a self-defense thing comes in, if it's a receipt, it's not really self-defense. It's just kind of I'm going to give you a good pop because you messed up.
Yeah, and you got to look at it this way. I got to assume that the can incident and the running in and beating on Psycho Stu, there is probably a couple of hours of time between those two.
Yeah.
And so at that point, I don't think it becomes self-defense.
Exactly.
They're two whole
think
separate
so
incidents.
No.
And here's the other thing: the gentleman who was egging him on, in my personal view, he's just as guilty.
I would agree. In that case, I would agree. I mean, especially if you're still kind of there and you're listening into things. You know, Jackson on video had said, I believe it was on Kick, had said, "You just can't hit a can on my face." And as he's waiting for his cue to do the run in for the show, he says, "This SHIT isn't going to be scripted." So he clearly knows, and the videos are out there where he's saying all of this. So he clearly understands the world of professional wrestling and knows that it is a scripted event that happens much like a movie or a television show.
Yes.
And he says on video that this is not going to be scripted, leading more into he knows what he's doing. He is within his right mind to do that. He was arrested. He was released on a $50,000 bail. Now he's going to be going back to court again and facing the consequences for the actions that he took.
Absolutely, he is. And I remember when this first happened and we broke this story, even in Rampage's statement, he had just come out of he had just recently had a fight, was dealing with a concussion. We, of course, don't know the grade of concussion he was dealing with at the time.
Right.
And you have to wonder if that is going to play a role. But as you've said, he clearly knew what he was doing with the receipt, knowing it was a script. And he took this way too far.
That he did. Bubba Duke is saying UFC should ban Jackson for life. We'll see how this goes with the court proceedings and what consequences come from this. And then I think UFC needs to make a decision from there for sure. And any other mixed martial arts program, academy, show, company, what have you, they need to maybe take a serious look into this as well, especially if the whole facing a concussion, dealing with a concussion is presented and is a deciding factor in this. Then they really need to take a look at the performers who come in, the fighters that come in, and do full assessments on them, so that even if a situation happens, that it's not going to blow up as much as this one did.
Right. And we don't even know if Raja actually works for UFC or if it is a different MMA company.
As far as I know, neither of them are involved in the UFC.
Right. I haven't seen anything about UFC. I just know that he is a trained mixed martial artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. That's that out of the way. We'll continue to follow this story anyways as well, so that we can get you more information once the court proceedings happen and a judgment comes in. Then we'll be able to give you more information on that. I do want to scoot over to a little bit of unfortunate, sad news that happened, but happy news as well. A man known as Tony Norris was involved in a car accident, a horrific car accident involving being hit by a drunk driver. Now, this man that we are talking about, Tony Norris, most professional wrestling fans would know him as Ahmed Johnson. Now, credit to Book Pro Wrestlers on Facebook for breaking this story. Mr. Steve Stasiak. We do have a photo that's up there as well. I did not include the photo on here because it is pretty bad. But he was involved in an accident. He was hit by a drunk driver in the rear of the vehicle. He was driving a Nissan Murano. Just to give you an idea, the size of the vehicle, a mid-sized SUV. and the back of the vehicle is completely caved in. Now, he did come out and share an update about himself, letting everyone know that he is okay. In his own words, he says, as you read there and see on the screen, when you have the Lord on your side, nothing can harm you. So he's very appreciative, very thankful, and faithful enough to bring words such as that out. And we're just very thankful that it didn't go any worse than it did. Again, people, don't drink and drive, man.
Yeah.
Don't do anything that gets you inebriated and drive.
Yeah.
True. True, because there are legal substances now that, yeah. Yeah, lucky man for sure.
Yeah, Bubba, you're right there. Ahmed is a very lucky man. I just I'm at a loss for words that he's okay. I'm happy that he's okay. Ahmed was one of my favorite wrestlers in the mid '90s, and but this was before I learned about like how he was backstage, and he's still one of my favorite performers to watch when I go back and watch wrestling from around that time. Right. But even with all the negativity that surrounded him during his time, he is still a brother in arms. So anytime that a brother in arms gets hurt or passes away, sadly, we feel that pain as wrestlers. And to know that Ahmed survived this, I'm just thankful he's still with us today to share his stories of his time in the ring.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, although Ahmed did not go on to have a legendary career because of those backstage issues, whether it was WWE or later moving to WCW to compete as the other half of Harlem Heat after Booker had left. You know, I would love to have seen him really come more into his own. He was a fantastic competitor for his size at that time. But we know for him that there were a lot of the politics really played hard on him. And he tried to politic right back, and it just blew up in his face. But I am relieved and thankful that he is okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Carl said it earlier, don't drink and drive.
And that's something that we've been told for many, many years. There's so many different organizations that are out there, Mad Dad, all of these different organizations that really bring a focus to that for those reasons. Because when you're inebriated with any type of a substance and you're getting behind the wheel of a vehicle, you have the life of everyone around you in your hands. And that's really something to consider. And you really need to make sure that you're being careful with things. And the best way is just not to do it.
Yeah.
That's it. There is something that you can do. And if you want to support us here, one of the easiest ways for you to do so is by buying some merch from us. We have a shop that is open for you. There is a QR code up on the screen right now for you, up in the top corner. You can scan that QR code, or you can go to turnbucklestudios.org/shop. And, well, why not take a look at this?
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at carlcarafell.redbubble.com.
And such an easy way for you to go and get some merchandise and help support the shows that are here on Turnbuckle Studios. It does go back into the programming, whether it is for video, whether it is for audio, whether it is for being able to create these graphics like you have seen, the overlays that you see on the shows. We have a site that we use that we pay for, and this just helps go back into that. So every purchase that you make does go back into the programming that is here. Quick shout out, because I didn't get time to make a graphic for this one. Okay, so just a quick shout out for this. I want to talk about the TNA Hall of Fame. We know that Tara, or Victoria in the WWE, is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Am I reading this right?
No, Tara.
No,
is
I'm
going
not.
To...
Mickey James is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame by Tara. Correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. These glasses help with things that are close to me, not really so much far away. So I need to remember to take them off of my face to read properly. Mickey James being inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame and will be inducted by Tara. Now, I think that that is pretty cool. We do know of another that is going into the TNA Hall of Fame, and that is the Beautiful People. Angelina Love and Velvet Sky will be going into the Hall of Fame, and they have asked Tommy Dreamer to be the one inducting them into the Hall of Fame, and he has accepted that. I think that's absolutely amazing. He's saying that it's a big honor to be asked to do this, and he is more than happy to do it as well.
I'm a little perplexed with the Tommy Dreamer situation, but I got to assume that Tommy maybe played a big part in building the Beautiful People as a stable, building their storylines, all that sort of thing. But kudos to those, and yeah, knowing Tommy Dreamer, I can't wait to hear the stories he's got to tell.
Yep. No, I was a little perplexed by that one as well, but because I was sort of thinking that, if you're going to do that, the one person that I think would be absolutely fitting would have been Madison Rayne.
Right.
But we also know that they have the WWE partnership and not so much the AEW scenario. So I wonder if that played a huge part in this.
It's a possibility. I doubt it, though. I know that Tommy, when he was working with TNA, was there at the time that the Beautiful People were there. And yeah, Tommy Dreamer is just one of those guys that is very influential when it comes to helping in backstage, helping talent, helping people, helping writing, helping producing, helping booking. He is a man of many hats, and he probably just really left a lasting mark on both of them. And they came to a decision to ask him because of that.
Yes.
Dare I say it, he's kind of like the modern day Harvey Whippleman, because Harvey did the same thing in the 90s and early 2000s. He was the go-to guy for whatever the wrestlers needed. Harvey was that guy to go and get that, whatever it was.
True.
And the same thing can be said for Tommy Dreamer as well.
Yep.
It's very true.
For Mickey James, just the history that she shares with Tara. It's that old saying, sometimes the greatest rivalries create the best friendships.
Mm-hmm.
And I absolutely love this. And I mean, all three of these women are so very, very deserving of this. And I am excited. Congratulations to all three of them.
Yes.
Just out of curiosity, because I'm not too familiar with how the TNA Hall of Fame inductions work, do they only do like 1 or 2 inductions per year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Not like the WWE that does, 8 to 10. I mean, they've shortened it down in recent
Mhm.
years, right? They have definitely shortened it down, but it used to be like 8 people that were being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And yeah, TNA decided, we'll only do a couple, which I think makes it a lot better, a lot more personal, and a lot more focus on who is actually being inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's more of a celebration of that
Yes.
person, right?
Yes, and TNA in recent years too have taken it from being a part of the actual Bound for Glory show. They would do it sort of in that 4 or 5 match slot.
Right.
Now they've put it to the pre-show for in that first hour.
Yes.
Okay, so they do it just how WCW used to do it with WCW's Hall of Fame. They used to do it at Slamboree, and they had 3 or 4 inductions, and they would just set aside a block during the pay-per-view to honor those inductions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for both of them. I'm
Mhm.
I'm very happy for both of them. That is absolutely fantastic. Someone else that we could be very happy for is going to be a man who decided not to re-sign with the WWE and has already been moved to the WWE alumni section on the roster page, and that is Mr. Santos Escobar. Contract talks were happening between the two of them.
Mhm.
He was part of the LWO, as you see on the screen there, and he ultimately made the decision not to resign, but to kind of bank on himself. He broke his silence finally over on X, formerly known as Twitter, with just the simple phrase "Palante," which, to my understanding, means forward or onward, kind of solidifying that he is ready just to move on.
And good for him. I mean, he has had such an incredible career. Now, I've followed him since his time in TNA when he did debut there as El Hijo del Fantasma.
Yep.
And to watch him come in, bring the El Hijo version into NXT and grow it into what Santos Escobar became.
Yeah.
And I love it for him. We know that he is an avid luchador. Things did not go well with either the LWO for him or really LDF. There was no progression. It sort of seemed to stunt everybody.
Right.
But we also know he is a big AAA guy.
Correct.
So do we see that playing a role in this? Like, does he go back now to AAA? Does he go back to TNA?
That's where I was leaning towards. I mean, AAA, yeah, they're under the parent company of the WWE. What if this is just a simple move, like we don't want to negotiate a contract for the WWE, but we'll put you over in AAA because we know you can flourish there.
When we speak about AAA, from my understanding, his last televised match was actually at the Worlds Collide event that happened in June. He's been used very sparingly throughout the entirety of 2025. We have not seen very much from him, but you're right. He was a big star down in AAA, and he was popular as King Sereno.
Yeah,
I believe it was, yes, in Lucha Underground as well.
Right.
So, I mean, like, it's not as though he is unfamiliar with other companies inside the world of wrestling. At this time, he just decided that I'm not really being used, so I'm not going to re-sign. Let me see what else is out there. We've seen other people do the same thing, Cody Rhodes, and make their way back and become absolutely huge
Right.
on the shows. We never know what's going to happen in the world of professional wrestling, and for Santos Escobar, this could be something that happens as well. Great time within the NXT. great time within the WWE. You know, working with Legado del Fantasma, working with the LWO, working with Rey Mysterio. Huge accomplishment, right?
Absolutely.
So good for him. I'm very excited to see where he goes and what he does
Yeah.
next.
Now, and believe it or not, his departure from WWE and not choosing does coincide with Laredo Kid actually taking to X the other day as well and announcing he is no longer a part of TNA. Laredo
Right.
Kid, another huge AAA guy. And you have to wonder, is there something there? Is this now getting these guys back to their roots?
Yeah, and another name that I thought was weird that was announced that no longer a part of TNA was Octagon Jr. Now, I know that he signed a WWE contract back in July, so like I thought it was weird that TNA announced that release today too.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe this is going to be all of them, let's say,
Mhm.
coming together to go to AAA, work under AAA, but still have that little bit of shine with the WWE as
Yeah.
well. That is a possibility that is absolutely endless, especially with the powerhouse the WWE has become as of late, right?
Right.
Yeah. We would like to think of ourselves as a powerhouse as well when it comes to the world of podcasting and video casting, but we could always use a hand in one fashion or another. Once again, a QR code up on the screen will take you to our website, turnbucklestudios.org/join, where you can simply click a link, fill out the form, and it gets emailed right to us so that we can get back to you and discuss you possibly becoming part of the Turnbuckle affiliation program.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And a huge thank you to Mr. Chris Parrish for creating that commercial for you. Yeah, you know what? Every company and every place needs to have commercials, especially when everything is in video format. We try to keep ours very short, very simple, very clean, and easy for each and every one of you so that we can get right back into the show and have you guys be here with us. If you're watching this later, after the show is done, we encourage you to join us, follow us, and check out all the shows that are happening on Turnbuckle Studios every day of the week. And by doing so, while you watch live, your comments can even be read on screen as we love to interact with each and every one of you. Mr. Paul Heyman, years ago, created a company looking for Larry. These studios that is out there, much like Turnbuckle Studios, that has now decided that they are going to move forward in becoming part of another company. Paul Heyman and Mitchell Smart created looking for Larry, and they have decided that they will be merging with MCM Studios. Looking for Larry has actually collaborated with major brands, including Spotify, 2K Sports, EA Sports, MSG Entertainment, Hard Rock Hotel and Casinos, iHeartMedia, Feld Entertainment, and even NASCAR, where MCM Studios has worked with companies like Nike and has even produced content for the ever so popular Hot Ones. Wow, guys, this is crazy right now.
I didn't know that he was a part of Hot Ones.
MCM Studios,
Yeah.
yes, has worked with Hot Ones, has created content and produced content for Hot Ones.
Yeah.
This is very, very intriguing because we had seen a lot of these superstars signing on with the Paradigm Talent Agency.
Mhm.
Now, we know that this is more of a studio. This isn't a talent agency, but do we see more opportunities for not only wrestlers, but other forms of entertainment getting in there and being able to acquire some knowledge and maybe acquire some resources?
Yeah. So Paul Heyman said that their first project will be to create the largest LED volume wall in New York City. He says that this type of step is necessary to build out a business in 2025, 2026, 2027 that is forward thinking and tries to stay one step ahead of the curve of the constantly changing production needs, both from major studios and from independent content creators on low budgets. This brings both big budgets and affordability together to New York at a time where we have these studios being built in Bergen County, New Jersey. We have the studios being built, and these movies will all be shot in Yonkers right now. Yonkers has actually become a very big hub for movie production, which is really cool. So for them to be kind of immersing themselves into that as well. We still have all the production offices in Long Island. 10 years ago, everybody thought that it was going to be the East Coast Burbank. What we've noticed is that all these movies are being shot in Yonkers. All these sound stages are being built in Yonkers. Are they doing LED volume walls? It's a lot of sound stages. There's a lot of production going on in New Jersey. But then what happens? Then it goes elsewhere. So they're doing all of this, and then they're wanting to have somewhere local for someone to come in, walk in the door with a concept, with a package, and walk out the door with a finished product, all locally done. And then that way they have an ability to market and promote all of that as well. That's what they're looking to do as they bring Looking for Larry and MCM together.
Yeah, so to answer the question that's probably on everybody's mind, a LED volume wall is a large, curved, high-resolution LED screen that displays real-time computer-generated virtual environments as a backdrop for live-action filming. Basically, it eliminates green screen. That's what it does.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's fantastic. Like, that's absolutely great. I love that idea.
100%. This was fantastic. The big thing for me in this was, of course, the independent content creators on a lower budget.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that as well. So the independent filmmakers who are looking for a way to do things with a smaller budget in that area now have an option without having to leave and go elsewhere, which just adds more costs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for Paul Heyman. What a guy. I love that.
Yeah.
Man. Wow.
This guy's Paul Heyman never ceases to amaze me because he's got his hands in on just about every facet of the entertainment business that he can get his hands in on.
Right. Just amazing. Amazing. Good for you, Paul. Good for you for taking Looking for Larry and making it go bigger. and merging into MCM Studios empire. We talked earlier about the empire that we are trying to build here for Turnbuckle Studios and the number of different shows that we have going on within Turnbuckle Studios. Now is your opportunity to see when these happen.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And just as we said, we would love for you to be here with us as we go live so that you can interact with us, comment, and have your voice heard as well on each one of our streams that we do. If you are seeing this afterwards and want to help us out, a great way for you to do so is just to hit that like button, subscribe, follow, do whatever you need to do. It definitely helps us out with algorithms, pushes us out further to other people, and a share would be absolutely amazing as well. We have come to the time of the night where we have our show stopper segment. Now, this is not a happy story for some. The graphic, I think, says it all. What is the stunning price of John Cena's final match tickets? So we were able to find out what a ringside seat at Cena's final match in December will be as he finishes out his career within the WWE at Saturday night's main event on December 13th, 2025. You're going to have to dig deep. You're going to have to dig deep, people. Mr. Best, you brought this story to us, correct?
Yeah, and it got my blood boiling considering how much I paid almost 20 years ago to watch another extremely famous wrestler retire. WWE is partnered with On Location to roll out ticket packages. Before I continue with this article, I'd like to credit Chase Morgan of Pro Wrestling News Hub for this article. But WWE is partnered with On Location to roll out ticket packages that push the envelope on sports entertainment pricing. The crown jewel offering, dubbed the WWE Champion Package, delivers the full VIP treatment, front row television side seats that's facing the hard camera. Is an eye-watering $11,500 per person. Moving just one row back to row B on the ramp side drops the price to $9,500, while row E seats on the same side clock in at $6,500.
What?
Yeah. I feel like I feel like I got to take out a second mortgage for a house I don't have just to go see this event.
We discussed this last week on the program about the ticket pricing for WrestleMania that's going to be happening next year. This is just another continuation, unfortunately, of the ridiculousness in the pricing that is happening right now. You are pricing out your normal, regular fans, your constant, everyday fans of your product. You're pricing them out right now, man. And this is insane.
Yeah, and there's more that comes with this package too. The premium package doesn't just buy you the ticket. Ticket holders receive an exclusive FaceTime with the 16-time world champion, which they're wrong there. He's 17-time. Through a personal photo opportunity that money typically can't buy. Additional perks include ringside photo access during the event and a Cena-themed exclusive gift that hasn't been detailed yet. The package also covers premium seating at Undertaker Live, scheduled the night before John Cena's farewell match. I mean, I don't think I would pay that much just to have an online conversation with John Cena.
No. I mean, I can go back to 07, and it cost me $5,000 for a travel package to WrestleMania 23.
Yeah.
That included our hotel at the Marriott in downtown Detroit. You know, it included a gift package, access to everything. We had a brunch with the superstars WrestleMania Sunday, the Hall of Fame. We got tickets to the Condemned. And like we said, we discussed this last week. They now have cities bidding to get these types of events. They wanted $7 million from the city of Boston for John Cena's last match, and Boston wouldn't pony up.
What I'm not getting from this champion experience, the premium package. Now it does say exclusive FaceTime with the 17-time world champion. I don't think that it's online. It's not virtual. They're just saying that you're getting FaceTime with Cena through a personal photo opportunity.
Okay,
so now you're paying. Yeah. So I mean, they wrote it, and it is a little confusing.
Because I thought FaceTime the app, you know.
Right, of course. So $11,500 is going to get you a front row ringside seat, a 30-second photo with John Cena, seating at the Undertaker Live, and an exclusive gift that's probably going to be worth $200.
Yeah.
Way too much for that. Way too much. There are other options that are available, though. They haven't completely priced out the average fan, but you're still looking at ranging from like $250 to $3,000. Still, even with that, $250 is probably going to get you the very top nosebleed, where you're watching it on a television screen anyways, because you won't be able to see anything but ants inside of a square.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going to get that, because I mentioned I paid a lot less to watch another extremely famous wrestler retire almost 20 years ago. That $250, I paid $600 for 3 tickets at Unforgiven 06 to watch Trish Stratus retire. All the events that were going on around that weekend were free of charge.
Yeah.
So
$600 for 3 tickets.
Yeah.
Now, where were the seats?
4 rows behind JR and the King.
Okay, so that's not terrible. No. I'd probably pay $600 for one seat, right?
Yeah.
If to be front row or close to front row,
yeah.
$600 wouldn't be too bad, especially if it's a televised and it's like a PLE of sorts.
If you remember what premium seating looked like at SummerSlam, Carl, we were right behind where the premium seating started. Like we were that first row. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the same with me at Mania 23, was right behind the premium seating. We were, you know, like 2 rows behind the floor seating in the risers. But I mean, this is, again, TKO saying, you know what, we need to maximize our profits, maximize our revenue, where previous regimes were about a family night out.
And I think I see where they're raising the costs for these tickets. It's still egregiously too much that they're raising them, but I think it's because they took out, doing these live events. I know we got a couple live events coming up in Australia next week, but I think it's them taking out these live events that they've done, that they've had to jack these ticket prices up. But still, like the increase is just way, way, way too much. Like that $11,500, I can probably go to the car dealership down the road for me and buy a used car for that price.
Right?
Yeah, you could. You definitely could. With that, I think Chase Morgan, the one who did this article, poses a very good question that I think we can end off on. I'm going to pose the question out to our fans. Leave a comment on whatever platform you're watching us on answering this question. Will WWE's gamble on premium pricing pay off, or have they priced themselves out of the very fan base that made John Cena a household name? We're going to leave that with our fans. Give us your take on that. We would love to hear it. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Chris Best and OM Dynamic, for joining me on this episode of Turnbuckle Talk, episode number 444. Without all of you, this doesn't happen. So we are so thankful and so appreciative of each and every one of you. If you do want to follow any of the hosts that you see on these shows, QR code right up top over there, or you can check out our website, turnbucklestudios.org/hosts. That is where you can go. Click on each person's picture and it'll take you directly to their little place on the internet for you to check them out. Turnbucklestudios.org is the place to go for all things Turnbuckle Studios, that gives you the shows that have just happened. You can click on those and go directly to those shows in whatever capacity the host wants them to be there in. You can also check out our shop. You can check out the place to join the Turnbuckle affiliation program, all right there from turnbucklestudios.org. For Chris Best, for OM Dynamic, and for myself, Carl Carafel, thank you for joining us here today. Thank you for being who you are. Remember, everyone, the world's a scary place. Take care of each other.
Flagship show setting the tone. In the world of wrestling we stand alone. With news and reviews we lead the way. Turnbuckle Talk every day. Turnbuckle Talk every day.